I did something incredibly foolish yesterday.
Okay. I mean, I know what you did, but I don't know what you went through.
Well, unbeknownst to everybody at home, the other day, I am rapidly closing on my birthday. My birthday's in 2 days
Yep.
of this recording. And I'm in my 50s. And which is weird because our generation is the first generation that broke the whole over the hill 40s shit.
Yeah, you've talked about that to me, and it's like 100% true. Like, I don't think anyone is having like black balloon over the hill at 40 parties.
They don't do it
anymore.
Right.
You know?
I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio is in his 50s. Right? He's a fucking movie star. He's so young and dapper and dashing and all right. Our entire generation changed all
Yeah, he always looked like a kid to me.
Yeah.
Even now, I could see that he's aged, still looks like a kid to me.
So, yeah. He likes to date kids.
Yeah, so so you're in your 50s. Your day is in 2 days.
And I have a collection of psychedelic substances, allegedly. And the other day I did some mushrooms, allegedly. And I felt like I didn't get there to the spirit world. Like I kind of did, but
Yeah.
I just kissed the surface of the spirit world. And anytime you're in the spirit world, right, it's what's happening is you're dreaming while you're awake. And because you dream every night, whether you remember it or not, dreaming is familiar. So when you go into the spirit world, it always seems familiar. You're like, oh, I've been here before. Yeah, motherfucker, you're dreaming, dumbass.
Yeah.
You do it all night, right? So, oh, I'm having this, head trip, all that type of shit. So I did the mushrooms and I didn't get there. And anytime you don't get there, it's a letdown.
Well, yeah, because how long did it take you to like almost get there?
Right, it's like 6 hours.
No, but I mean, even before that, when's the last time you did them? It took you that long to get to, okay, I'm ready to take them again.
Absolutely right. Years. Right?
Yeah, right.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Because they tell you when it's time.
Because if it's something stupid like my brain just exploded. Something stupid like a hamburger. If you're you're disappointed in a hamburger, there's more hamburgers. You're not gonna be disappointed in me the next day. Like, I need another hamburger because I'm disappointed from that hamburger. But like mushrooms is something. It's almost like you take them, right?
Right.
And then you avoid them until you're ready again.
Correct.
And you waited that whole time.
Correct.
And you were let down.
Well, I went on a trip.
Another hamburger, quick.
Exactly.
Even though I just said hamburgers are the opposite.
I'd gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today, and it is Tuesday. Right?
It is Tuesday.
The wimp.
Speaking of the wimp, oh shit. No, this is how I sidetrack you. Go ahead.
No, you're good.
I'm Chris Lujan.
I am called Bindu.
This is the I Ams.
So I did mushrooms to take a trip, and I didn't get there, but I saw it.
It's like you got to the airport and your flight was canceled.
That's exactly it. I was in the plane. They wouldn't let me off the tarmac. Going back home, guys.
Yeah.
What? I can see the land.
You still got to take that trip.
You know what I did, Chris? I got mad.
Okay.
And I got braggadocious. And I haven't been eating and I haven't been drinking.
Yeah, you put it off.
I drank a whole gigantic can of beer.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
A can?
A whole can.
Okay.
But we're talking a 9.2 Voodoo Ranger.
Right.
On an
you had one?
Right. And I immediately...
that's right. Empty stomach.
Immediately stupid drunk. Right?
This was last night?
Yep.
Oh, so it started with like that?
Yep.
Oh.
Dumb.
Interesting.
And I'm going to do something. Right?
You definitely were on a mission.
I was. So I busted out. I have powerful LSD.
You talked about it.
But it's been a long time. And I was curious. Is it still good?
Right.
Is it still good? So I took one
There's
tab.
no expiration date on a good time.
Correct. So the first night I did the mushrooms. All right. How many did you do? Blah, blah, blah. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Somebody gave me a present. I took a bit of that, some penis envy, and I had a little bit of my own, little concoction, a little bit later. Right? So that's what I did.
Yeah.
Not enough, as we know. The next day, I'm mad. I drink.
Right.
I'm not making the best decisions, Chris.
Right.
And I think I had an allergic reaction, and I was not aware of it.
Yesterday.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
And now we're really getting somewhere.
I'm going to show myself something, right?
Right.
And that mushroom didn't get me there. I know it'll get me there. The acid. And I took the acid.
Yeah, you did seem like there was some... a lot of this was on Snapchat, so I watched it, right?
Correct.
So a lot of it, and this is why I could say, because I saw what you were going through. And it did seem like like a I'll show me, like just like you said it.
Yep.
Like
I'll
you were
show
like
me.
daring yourself.
I woke up to some bullshit. I just did a show
Yeah.
for a 50 and up group, and they didn't care for the cussing BINDU guy.
Okay.
But that's how they heard of me, and that's why they hired me and all of that.
Right.
So they want to have, after the last show, they want to talk. They want to sit down and have a talk before the next one, because we have one more scheduled.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I was just like, who the fuck do you think you are?
They want to have basically show you what the rules are?
Right.
Like show you the rule book?
Right. This
Man.
Right, and I got really defensive. And I was just like, who the fuck do you think you are requesting my time like that? Like, you already requested my time. It's a $100 deposit and it's a $400 minimum to fuck with me for 2 hours.
Right.
And now you're going to tell me you're going to meet me at this time, or I'm going to meet you.
Right.
Or how much money are you paying me, bitch, for me to
Right.
show up? You right? And so,
Man,
right, you can
the
see
backstory.
You can see, because, okay, so right as I'm getting this, I get an email from my company going, congratulations, you're the top rated artist in the company. Number one.
Yeah.
And so every time my name shows up, there's a little placard, like, number one guy in the whole company.
Where's your physical copy?
Right. So I'm getting accolades and reprimands at the exact same moment.
Right.
Except I haven't been reprimanded. I'm only thinking it in my head. I don't know what he wants to talk about, but it has to be that, right?
Okay.
Well, who cares? It's not a big deal, but I'm making it a big deal.
Yeah.
I'm letting it bother me,
This is what he says I do. Look, he
Right.
does it too.
right? It's fucking with me. Now I drank my beer now. I'm going to be... I went so long without drinking. Why shouldn't I have it?
But you forgot that you didn't eat anything.
Correct.
Okay.
Now I'm in the wrong headspace, right? And I take the acid. And you know what happens? Nothing.
Nothing. Right.
So you know what I fucking did?
Well, I know what you did because you said it.
I took a second acid
Right.
dose.
Now, how long between the doses?
15 minutes.
You gotta wait a half an hour.
I know, man, but I was drunk. But the last time I did LSD, it kicked in immediate. And nothing
But
was happening.
the last time was the first time, no?
No, but
Okay.
but it was a long time ago. So
Long time ago.
before the wind, before the
I showed Maceo that song yesterday. I was like, this was my shit in high school. And he was just like,
It all makes sense now. The first time I heard Sir Psycho, I was like, what is this bullshit?
I think that for my tastes, that's their best song.
I would, without exaggeration, it is their best song.
Yeah.
It is the entirety of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Sir Psycho
Yeah, it's
says.
everything wrapped up in one song.
Especially how it goes out. It's great.
Yeah.
So I took the 2 tabs of acid.
Hi, Flea.
Nothing's happening.
Uh-huh.
What did I do, Chris?
You want me to tell you what you did?
I cut open my 3-ounce bag of mushrooms. I weighed out 4.0 on the scale, snapped it, ate it.
Uh-huh.
Now I am 2 tabs of LSD in
Right.
and more than an eighth of shrooms.
Right. And we were actually texting during this time.
Yep.
I just niceties. Just, hey, how you doing or whatever. I can't remember what we were talking about. Nothing.
Well, you care about me.
I do. No, but I'm saying like there was a while where I left you alone because you were basically like, I'm on acid. Don't basically don't listen to anything I say after this point.
Correct.
So I just stopped texting you. And you kind of continued to text me for a little bit, but I was like, I'm just not going to respond,
You're awesome.
because he told me not to. So then I see okay, now you've taken the mushrooms. And I'm like, I wait a little bit. Like, actually, me and Christine, we were out back. Like, she was like, maybe you should go check on him. And I was like, and the reason I didn't like come over is because I didn't want to reach out in a way that might make you have a bad trip.
Right.
Which I thought that could, if I came over and was like, dude, you okay? Like, that might send you on a bad trip.
Absolutely.
So I was like, I don't want to do that. So then I waited a little bit, and then I texted you. I said,
Very responsible psychonaut friendship, by the way. You don't want to just barge in on a dude.
No.
Right. Very, very smart.
yeah,
The normal person would be like, that would induce some crazy shit.
yeah, you would be better going off on your own bad trip than me causing a bad trip.
Correct.
Because there would be,
the fact that you even know that is great.
Thank
great.
you.
Yeah.
I try. So
Coffee's great, thank you.
it is, yeah. Where was I?
You were talking with
so she
Christine.
was like,
She
you
was
should go
worried.
check on him. And I was like, no, I'm not going to check on him. So then I waited a while and sent you a text that just said like, homie, check in. How are you doing? Do you need anything? Right? And then you responded with some gibberish. And I was like,
Was it gibberish?
no, there was bits of gibberish in there. And I was just like,
Yeah.
sometimes, like I was like, I can't tell because sometimes you're gibberishy anyways. You'll
Right.
do that kind of thing anyway. So I was like, eh. And then it was like, it got to like where all of a sudden we started talking about tomorrow, which is today. We getting together tomorrow. This is you. Can't wait for tomorrow. Should we do it early? All that stuff. And I was like, he's texting me like, this is completely normal. This is like business stuff now, basically what we're talking about. So I was like, he's all right. And then you were like, at some point after texting for a while, you were like, okay, good, putting my phone down now, I think you said. So, And so then I get a text this morning and it's like, he's alive.
That's funny because Emmy
Yeah,
was
so
worried.
how did it go?
And
Yeah.
Christine was worried. Like, people were worried
Yeah.
about me, which is, God.
But like I said,
awesome.
I knew like, oh, he's going to be fine. Especially when you were texting me and it was like absolutely normal. I was like, okay, I know he's tripping, but he's got his head together.
Right. Well, that was okay, so
But then now back to what you went through.
valuable lessons were learned. Yeah, I was humbled really, really fast.
Yeah.
Because it was not a recreational fun time. This was, you gonna learn today, motherfucker. You big mouth motherfucker.
I mean, I know, I'm not saying you've been acting a certain way, but I know you've been hiding a lot of how you really feel.
Yes.
To yourself even.
Correct.
And I'm not saying like you're coming at me like you're lying. I could tell that you're having a hard time right now because you've talked about it. You're open about it,
Well, that's what I'm trying to do right now. Everyone, they front and they put their best foot forward, and that has gotten me to where I'm at. And which is great, but it's a double-edged sword. And is incredible heights that I've gotten to. I've also been incredibly toxic and pushed everybody away. So now I'm just trying to be honest with myself. And so yesterday, while I was in the middle of this sea of madness, I was very calm, and I knew who I was.
Yeah.
And I started thinking, like, this is how Batman does it. Like when he gets duped with drugs or whatever.
I mean, so like kind of back to what I said, like I knew that like it wasn't going to be like fun. It wasn't going to be Guns N' Roses,
it was not fun.
I knew because I knew like you're going through it. And so I was like, I didn't think it was going to be a bad trip, but I knew that you would be like real in your head and going through something.
Correct.
But like I said, I had the feeling it wasn't going to go bad.
It did not go bad because I was bad already. And so it was kind of like, let's get to the bottom of this. So it was a whole lot of me just sitting in place.
Sure.
In the spirit world. And I don't think I've hallucinated that hard in a long time, if ever. And I found out who I really am in that moment. And I know that
And it'll stay with you a while.
For sure. Absolutely. I also know, without a doubt, that alcohol is the devil. I mean, we've been saying it and blah,
I
blah,
mean,
blah. But to actually...
I
Two
mean,
tabs of acid
I
and,
mean-
and an eighth of shrooms will fucking...
But see, it's all of the stuff like we said in that episode. Like, that kind of stuff I understand because it puts you into a state, like a happy state. Maybe alcohol makes some people happy, but it seems to dumb people down mostly.
It sure does.
A false sense.
It sure does. It's a false sense of security.
You okay?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm good. It was one of the, I would say, a very healthy thing that I needed. I needed to kick my own ass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so that's what happened.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, fucking grand hallucinations.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did was I put on Zelda Breath of the Wild.
You were in here or in your bedroom?
In here.
Okay.
I was in here, total control the lights. I had the fan on, and I just had Breath of the Wild Zelda on, and I had it in the menu option. So it was just this, every once in a while, piano keys
And you don't move this table?
and wind. Yeah, I do. I push it.
Oh, I was going to say, like, it seems like you might want to be right here.
I was.
You know. Okay, go on.
So I pushed this all the way to the side, and I put the chair right here.
Okay.
Surround
Perfect.
sound.
Yeah.
And I just sat in the Herman Miller.
And you had Zelda on?
And I had the Zelda Breath of the Wild menu option, or
So like the music was
the
playing?
map. Yeah, the map. So it's mostly wind.
You're basically watching, the Christmas time video of a log on fire.
Yes.
Basically.
Yes.
You're just letting it play.
That's it. And
Yeah.
every once in a while, a wispy little piano.
Uh-huh.
Right? It was perfect.
Piano.
Right.
that's what I heard.
It'll be like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then nothing. Like, oh shit. Right? So I had to work out many, many demons. And that is what I did. And it was extremely helpful to me.
I would assume so. That's what I figured was going to happen. You know. Like I said, I didn't think you were gonna go bad, but I also didn't think you were gonna have a party. I knew you were gonna sit inside yourself and figure it out.
Yeah, it's like when you read about someone that takes the whole bag of gummies. What do I do? And it's like you're about to learn a hard lesson, right?
Yeah.
I did that.
Make sure to like and subscribe and join our Discord and Patreon. Check out our links.
Now back to the show.
With all of that, what was the bad thing? This whole thing, I did a bad thing. Right? Wasn't that what you said? What was the bad thing?
It wasn't a bad thing. It was a very foolish thing.
Oh, maybe that's what you said. You did a very foolish thing.
I think it was foolish for me to think that I'm bigger than psychedelics.
Oh, yeah, nobody is.
I thought I was. Why didn't I? That's why I was like, man, this isn't even doing nothing.
So,
and I did another one.
So here,
and then I do some shrooms. But that was the alcohol. And that was you have lost control off one beer, bro.
Right.
You're having an allergic reaction right now. I didn't take my medication. Right. For everybody at home that don't understand, right? My sister-in-law is a toxicologist. And she explained to me that if you take Tagamet, right? There is anyways, whatever.
What's Tagamet?
Tagamet is like an acid reflux pill.
Okay.
Right? Mm-hmm. It's cimetidine. And cimetidine will change, it basically allows Asians to be able to drink alcohol without getting the Asian glow.
Okay.
Right? Well,
Sure.
there is a level of that there's some Asians that have a crazy reaction. And it's more than the Asian glow. Mm-hmm. And that's what I have.
Okay.
So if I don't take cimetidine, weird things can happen. Mm-hmm. I did not take cimetidine. Weird things happened. And so I was like, oh yeah. And then I just took way too many fucking psychedelics. And now, asshole, guess what? You just get to sit there and figure it out.
Right. For hours on end.
Dude.
So
14 hours maybe?
So basically what I'm hearing is if you didn't have the beer, you wouldn't have done this other stuff.
Correct.
Wow. That's interesting because to me it seemed like, I guess maybe you foolishly did the other stuff, but I would think that maybe that having done that other stuff got you to a good place. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. And here's my problem. I am smarter than what I did. I don't know why I did what I did. And so I'm trying to understand why I did what I did.
Do you think part of it is because you have an audience watching you do it?
Of
Like
course.
how you said, like you kind of daring yourself. It's like you're daring yourself through the phone almost.
You know, I would, so yes,
What is this, an episode of Black Mirror?
lately, that's a whole new season I haven't even
I know.
watched yet.
We watched the first episode, maybe the second.
I was watching a thing on Hunter S. Thompson because he's the most fascinating person to me. And
That's hilarious. In the last episode, that's the credit I gave you. Hunter S. Thompson, Bindu.
really?
Yeah. I just uploaded it today.
I haven't seen that yet.
No one's seen it. I've barely watched it. I'm Ken Kesey. And then Maceo is Contact High.
I was definitely, we contact high motherfucker all the time.
Dude, he won't admit it. He was high the other night. It was like maybe around 6:00. He's probably going to argue and go, it was 3:30, but it was, I think we had been home for a while. Christine was home from work and he was like, it was still so bright outside. He kept going, it's only at the sky. And he'd be like pointing at his like phone or whatever, 6:00. It's only 6:00.
He's high.
And I was like, you're high. And he was like, no, I'm not. But I don't want to push him because I know if I push him, he'll get mad.
Sure.
So I was just like, okay, whatever. And he's like, at this point, it's going to be light at midnight still. And it was like,
Oh, he's
this
high.
kid's high. But I was like, I'm not going to ask him again or tell him.
Yeah, so dude, I was watching this thing on Hunter S. Thompson, and there was a point where he was like, I've created a myth so
Oh, yes.
powerful that I just need to get out of the way of the myth type thing, right? He was like, I need to die so they could just take my myth and make movies, or he said something like that.
Right.
And I'm at that point.
You're ready to get rid of Bindu? Is that what you're saying?
No, but I'm just saying, I get rid of Brandon.
Oh, and just be the party guy all the time?
No, but like I'm in the way, right?
Brandon is in the way
Yeah.
of Bindu? Because why?
Well, like, do people really want a spiritually awakened, enlightened Bindu, or do they want the fucking, are you guys motherfucking ready to pay? Blah, blah, blah.
The people that I know that you respect, right? Adam Yao. You respect the shit out of him. Are you saying that what he did was wrong or was bullshit?
Oh, no. No, but he was also a multimillionaire.
I understand that. I understand
So
the difference financially.
He had the
and
ability to go,
in
I don't
celebrity.
have to worry about my money, so I can change.
Yeah.
If I change, there's no more money.
Because of Paint Night.
Correct.
Well, how much would you, what do you mean by changed? The other nerd, like we were talking before, would that be completely changed? Where you just like, what's completely changed? You sell everything and become that kind of nerd? The nerd who just watches C-SPAN and Jeopardy?
No.
Reads The New Yorker?
No, but I think like
Sorry, all those people.
I'm dating myself, but there was a old rap group called the Wu-Tang. And there were 9 members of the Wu-Tang. And one of them was just nuts. One of them was
Yeah.
crazy as fuck.
Yeah.
And that's me. Him and I are spiritual animals, the old dirty bastard and I. Very similar,
I get what you're saying.
right? And now the old dirty bastard, it's like, that's fun and all, but when you become 52, it's like I'm 50, I'm going to be 52. That's a weird number to say, right? Like I look in the mirror and I'm still,
Yeah.
strong back ladies, right? But I'm fucking 52 now. And so, and I think that's what like freaking the fuck out about age and time. And I recently saw my mom, she's hooked up to oxygen. She's telling me that she doesn't have a lot of time left. And I'm a mama's boy. and all of that, I can feel the pressure. And not only that, but it's like, speaking of Hunter S. Thompson, like, what would he say at this time period right now in America? The Fiends won. There's hardly anything to be happy about right now.
Yeah.
Like, it's difficult to escape. Like, even here,
I mean, the only thing there really is to be happy about is community.
right?
You know?
Because, like, all the protected forestry has been unprotected. It's all going to get cut down now.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my God. It's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Fiends won. And now, and America it has changed, and it's different.
I'm writing a song right now about all of this.
And we're stuck in it.
Like, for real.
And the whole world is like, what the fuck? And we're making this YouTube show while all of it's happening.
Right.
And we're trying not to be political or anything like
Yeah.
that. But like, literally, the Fiends won. Earth.
Cut to a movie in the future where like the world is falling apart, and they're watching like different things on TV screens, stuff's like flashing in. All of a sudden, our podcast, our YouTube show pops up for a second, and then on to the next thing.
Yeah.
That's where we're at, right?
Yep. So a lot of that.
Sorry.
No. That's the reason why I'm doing like all of this, like looking for the American dream, right?
Yeah.
Hunting for the American dream, and America, right?
Yeah.
It's ugly as fuck. That's what the experiment is done. America was an experiment, and it's over. And
Well,
now we understand what it is.
It's on one end of the spectrum for sure. I'm not gonna say that it's done. I hope it's got to swing back at some point somehow. Which I guess is what America has been the whole time, right? But now the swings are just getting wider and wider. Right?
Sure. But I think what happened was in World War II, right, the whole world got blown up except America. And America took over and became the power. And the empire.
Yeah. The largest power of the world, as so we're told, as Americans.
Right. Well, because everybody else was broken, blown up and rebuilding, and we weren't. Right. And so we took over the world, and we became the American empire, and we're watching that it's over. The American empire is over now.
Yeah.
And the Americans are just now realizing it. And the whole world kind of hates America right now.
Yeah.
Like even our
That's why they're
neighbors.
going to cut to us in that future movie saying this shit. Because
Like,
we're saying
even-
the real shit.
Dude, even the peaceful fucking Canadians don't like us right now. Like, holy, how do you piss them off? Right? Forget about it, They're sorry, but yeah. And I don't have anything to say, guys. I'm doing acid and mushrooms.
So the acid and mushroom thing, do you feel like, okay, so you said the beer is what made you do that, or have the bravado to do that, I guess. Bravado might be the right word.
Yes, good word.
And do you feel like was it a plus or a minus that the whole experience happened? Because you said foolish, but does it break even? Was it a good thing? Was it a bad thing?
It was a
ultimately?
wonderful, wonderful thing to do for me. It was nightmarish. So it's like, boot camp is good for you,
Right.
but it sucks. And that's what it was last night.
Okay.
But I think it was really important for me because I am very patriotic. I love this country. The country's gone to hell. It's not gone to hell. It's cartoonishly evil.
So this was all stuff that was going through your mind last night as well?
Right.
It wasn't just an internal, it was, okay.
It's all of it, right?
All right.
And it's because, like, okay, so I'm a big comic book nerd, right? So I go into my comic books. Well, in the comic books, right, Lex Luthor becomes the president of the United States because that's ridiculous. That would never happen.
Right.
It's comic books, right? But when real life is
Right.
cartoonishly buffoonish, worse than actual comic books, now it's time to do acid and mushrooms at the same time.
Sure.
That's where we're at right now. So I don't have any answers. I just know I know who I am, right? And I feel like
Somehow you just hit on the title of our show like in a real like sentimental way. Instead of just this asshole
I never know what I'm gonna say.
saying, oh,
No, man. Well, isn't the show about me realizing I'm that guy, right?
I like, we joke about all kinds of stuff, even stuff that isn't real. So I don't know if it's you.
I think I'm growing a little bit.
Good.
Yeah, I might have grown. So even though we are in a
Dystopia.
It's totally a dystopia, dude. I sure do enjoy hanging out with you.
And I enjoy hanging out with you.
In my little escape at BINDU Studios. Yeah. I don't have any answers, y'all.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that was BINDU. So, I mean, to cap it all off, when he texted me, like I said, I guess I already said it. He texted me this morning. I was like, he's alive. But, sometimes the times we get together fluctuate. So sometimes it's like, I'll be here at 10:30. Sometimes it's like, oh, come over at noon. So I didn't know what time it would be because you started that stuff a little late.
I did.
And I was like, well, if you hit us up in time or whatever,
Right.
And
well, not only that, but you're a rock star for everybody. If you're the first time viewing, you're a goddamn rock star. You just came back from dope ass gig.
Yeah.
Where were you?
I was damn it. I was just about to end it.
I know you were, but I just had a crazy trip.
This is going to be one long after credit scene.
I just had a crazy trip, but you also went on a trip.
Yes, but I don't even know what I was going to say. Oh, I was going to say, not only did you text me in the morning, but you texted me earlier than I thought you would have. That's what I was going to say. Yeah. It was like 10 in the morning, and I was like, oh, sometimes you text me at like 11:30, and I'm like, shit, I just woke up. Come over at whatever. So you texting me at 10, I was like, oh, he got up early too.
Well,
I went on a trip.
Well, it doesn't matter. I was on a trip. Okay, so what happened was,
yes,
when you are tripping, right, your brain is squeezing all your serotonin out, right? All your dream stuff.
Yeah.
So you're yawning all the time or whatever. So to make a long story short, biologically what's happening is you can't sleep.
Right.
Because
but you feel rested? Is that what you're saying?
No, you're just like a zombie. So like even though I was exhausted, I could not go to sleep. And
yeah,
it's not waiting to see if the hallucinations are going to start. It's, are the hallucinations going to stop so I can go to sleep?
Right.
It's like that.
So when did that happen?
It didn't.
So you're saying you've just been awake this whole time? Even in and out of sleep, you're just saying you've just been awake?
Dude, I've been awake. What I did was I turned all the lights romantic like this in my room on my bed island because my bed's tight. And I put on Tolkien's the first chapter of the Silmarillion.
Yeah.
And it's just this Ainulindale.
Anna Lindali.
Exactly.
See, I was listening.
Yeah, right.
Do you say it like this and like that? I was I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. The music of the Ainur. And then the dude just starts talking about God and the angels and all of this. And I'm okay, this is cool. I like this. And I went off to sleep.
Okay. So you slept a little bit.
A tiny bit, yeah. I took some naps. And so today I'm not exhausted, but I'm not tired. I feel calm and rested. It's weird. I feel clean.
All right. Like a washing machine.
Yeah.
Like the inside of a bottle of Windex.
And not only that, I don't know why it is, but it's only when I'm hallucinating that I can get the ultimate neck crack.
Oh, yeah?
Like I cannot explain how important this neck crack is.
Yeah.
But I am able to twist my body in such a way that my neck is almost white out faint.
Yeah.
And then a magical
So if someone was watching you do it, they would think a creature had a hold of you and snap your neck.
Exactly that.
I can't see the invisible creature, but this has to be what's
It's
happening.
exactly, it looked like it killed Bindu,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And the endorphin, the release, the feeling that happens afterwards. And that was on the left side. I'm like, oh my God, now I got the right side. But it's like a 9-minute buildup.
Okay.
It's a long, slow yoga stretch, inhaling, only stretch on the inhale, that type of thing. Work to the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it's the greatest crack ever. And I can only do it when I'm shrooming on acid.
All right.
And that
Or
happened.
you think
and
you're doing that.
I fucking feel like
He's
all,
laying completely still and it thinks it's happening.
yeah, that like nothing's happening.
All right.
Right. No, all my chakras are aligned, man. Yeah, my vinyasa.
All right.
All right, man. Thank you for listening to me.
Like I said, extra long credit scene.